Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Susan Cook with Realtor Academy, and I am here today to talk to you about Dulles Area Association of Realtors industry updates and happenings within your association. We call them DAAR talking points, and I am one of the ambassadors for DAAR to bring it to the Realtors. And joining me, as always, is Karen Ekofo with Ekko Title and Christina Smith with Caliber Home Loans. Hello, ladies. How are y'all?
Good.
Hi, good. How are you?
Good afternoon to y'all. Awesome. Yes. So I'll just jump right on in and give you the DAAR talking points for this week. So first on the agenda is DAAR committee involvement. Ignite your potential. DAAR members who serve on committees and work groups make the policy decisions that help shape the association's direction and the real estate industry. What's in it for you? Association leadership heightens your knowledge of the industry and community, helps create your personal brand, builds your network and contacts, and promotes professional growth by instilling confidence obtained from positive peer feedback. So if you're ready to get started, go to the Dulles Area Association's website and click on Committee Involvement, Ignite Your Potential. Add DAAR to your office meeting agenda. If you have an office meeting out there and you need someone to speak at your office meetings, you can have one of the executive staff or leadership speak at one of your upcoming office meetings. So to schedule that, click again on Add DAAR to your office meeting agenda on the Dulles Area Association of Realtors. Register, right now till the end of the week is the NAR legislative meetings in DC. And I know a lot of people are there today, so we're kind of missing out, ladies, but especially on the party. But
oh yeah, I went last year, so it's good. I have a lot of friends in the industry that go, and it's so funny. I think it was Monday, my Facebook feed was filled with "I'm flying to NAR," and I was like, "Oh, I wish I could see you guys."
Yes, I know.
Missing out.
We'll talk about the reasons why we're not there in just a minute, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the reasons why is because of the heated market we're in. My goodness. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
This market is just crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. So topic number 4, working with renters, knowledge equals success. On May the 20th, DAAR will be having a class called Working with Renters. Do you know how to effectively review the newly revised NVAR lease with your clients? Join us for our quarterly workshop next week that will impact the way you work with renters. Guys, if you're a brand new agent or if you work with renters at all, try to make this class. It's free I think it's free. It doesn't say.
For DAAR members, yes.
Huh?
If you're a member of DAAR, it's free, but if you're not, then I think it's either $10 or $20.
It's so cheap to do
that. That's not bad.
Not bad.
Landlord tenant law forms. You should really know how to perform this service and do your fiduciary duty to your clients if you're working with renters. And let's just say right now that working with renters leads to working with buyers.
Yes.
So you should be working with renters.
Yes, it does.
Okay. You should be working with renters. We got a lot of folks moving to town, and it's completely normal for people to want to rent first to get the lay of the land before they completely purchase. But if you're the first realtor that they have dealt with, then guess who they're going to deal with when they want to buy? You.
And keep up that contact even after they sign. Like, don't just sign the lease and then, okay, I'm done. But, maintain and nurture that relationship, right?
Yeah,
it's all about
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a way for you to get paid to build your database.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and I've known many people that do that. Many people, even top agents, when they want to jumpstart their business, if they've had a lull in their business, they'll go back to the basics and start working with renters again.
Yeah.
You know, so it really is, you know, I know that it's a lot of work for a little bit of money, you know, but it can, in the long run, it can pay you big commissions.
Yes,
So,
it can.
Yes.
yeah.
Big picture. Look for big picture.
Yes.
Mhm. So take a summer class is the last topic that I have. Take a summer class, full package, CE focus, taught by leading industry experts. DAAR's Real Estate School is dedicated to meeting the needs of your professional development by offering more classes and seminars designed to give you the resources and knowledge to stay on top of your business. DAAR is offering in-classroom industry-leading CE courses this summer designed to fulfill all 16 required hours within 2 days for sales agents and 16 out of the 24 required hours within 2 days. The third day will be in October for brokers. So it's free for members. Again, that is free for members, and you sit in the classroom and you discuss these topics with the industry leaders, and it's a top lineup of industry leaders, and guess what? They're going to pay for your lunch too. They're going to bring in lunch.
Ooh, free lunch.
That's always nice.
And July the 22nd, register. If you don't show up, it will be $20 for a no-show. But, you know, I know that we can get our CE units in other ways for free, and, you know, but this is a way for you to knock it out and get it done. I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to do it. You know, for one thing, I like hanging out with realtors too. Go figure. You know, since I coach them.
Makes sense.
I like hanging out with them every once in a while, you know, so. Anyway, that's all that DAAR has for our watchers today. What can we hear from you, Christina? What's going on with you today?
So I want to talk to you a little bit about the importance of having a realtor. A lot of people think that it might be more beneficial to just go out and buy a home. They don't have to pay a realtor commission. And also for the seller, you know, a property that's for sale by owner, they also won't have to pay that commission. So they think that they're getting more profit. So I'm just going to kind of run through a couple different reasons why it's important to have that realtor in your corner. First and foremost, they have better access, so more convenience to properties. They might have some knowledge that you might not know, it's not even listed yet. All they do all day is talk to other realtors and, you know, their clients and referrals, and they're going to know what's hot and what's coming on the market. Also, that negotiating contracts is very tricky, and they are actually obligated by law to work in their client's best interest. So they're not going to lie. They're going to work for you. And then also that contracts are hard to handle. One thing I think that Kara and I were touching on a little bit earlier before we started this was that she'll have people that sometimes will come to her and ask her to write the contract for them. And there's a lot of different details that go into that contract. So you want somebody that really knows their job really well, and that can really negotiate the best deal for you to win that contract. And just a couple tips for you. Don't have much more than that.
That's great tips. Well, one thing that I do know is that if you're a good realtor, then you have negotiating skills. Mm-hmm. There's actually school, you know, classes that you can take to be a better negotiator. So, you know, I think the lesson here is there is always a need for our industry, you know, for our expertise.
Yeah.
Unless you are really well versed, and that's what you do all the time, is negotiate real estate deals. How do you know? How do you know if you're getting the best one unless you have a a realtor, a real estate agent who that's what they do for a living. That's their job. You know, the last thing I'd want is to go and have brain surgery by somebody who, you know, is a podiatrist. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right? They set it up on the internet.
Oh yeah, they Googled it.
Yes.
You know,
Dr. Google.
Dr. Google. Yeah. I mean, it's that may be a little extreme, but it's still, it's appropriate, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Has skills, a skill set of negotiation, reading the contract, having a peer group, because one of the things that I teach my agents over and over and over again, watch your reputation out there.
Yes.
Really, really work on your reputation with your peers as well as your clients. With your peers. You want to be that agent that everybody wants to work with. Everybody wants to work with you, because when they see a contract come across their desk with your name on it, they're like, oh my gosh, Susan Cook is such a joy to work with. I want to work with her. No.
It's true.
That's what you want, you know, because, and then when that happens, your contracts get accepted, your listings get sold. It happened when I was selling 8 to 10 houses a month. You know, people followed me, you know, because they knew that I was going to help them get I sold foreclosure. So it was a little more difficult, and that people didn't understand the process. So I made it a point of teaching them how to sell those types of properties. And which is a little trickier. It just was different. That's all. It was not, you know, any rocket science or anything. So, and for that, they liked it. Just come from contribution, you know, and be well versed, you know. But the public doesn't know that kind of stuff. You know, they read industry news as well as we do. So get out there and touch somebody and tell them show them your expertise. Give them a market analysis of their home, you know, send them would you like a market update? You know, pick up the phone and call your database and ask them if they want a market update. So soapbox is going underneath. Let's talk to Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi. So I'll add to that. I can definitely pick. So it's a lot of times I think there's the perception, and there is actually a lawsuit going on right now. They're trying to turn it into a class action lawsuit that challenges the commission. And I read the lawsuit, and it's interesting. There are some statements that stuck out to me, which are a little, made me pause and think, because you go, well, is this really what people think that realtors do? Number one, for listing agents, there was a sentence, well, you know, all you do is you just enter it into the MLS, right? For the buyer's agent, well, you know, all you're doing is you're just, you know, telling them which properties to go. Well, it's much more than that. And I think that's what I think if we can take away something, it's more than just, I'm showing you a house or I'm putting your property in the MLS, right? There's value that's there. So getting the contract is the first step, right? Now you got to get it to close. And there are so many things that could go wrong in that process. So many little places where things can go south. I mean, I see it start at the very beginning. I see it happen at the end. I see it happen in the middle. You know, it's just little logistic things. And you know, to Susan's point, your reputation is everything. I mean, I just did a deal this morning and the listing agent was like, oh yeah, I know who this buyer's agent is. She's really good. Like, she gets the deal done. I am not worried about that. That's the type of reputation that you want to have. You know, you want other people to say about you. Yes, you know, they get the deal done. They don't sweat the small stuff. You know, they're not going to make a mountain out of a molehill, which is to do, you know. And they work out those little details. So details like, how do I get the keys to the buyer? Like, a lot of people forget about that. Or how do you get the garage door openers? Do you have all of that? You know, so there's little things like that that are critical and important, and I think often get overlooked. So there is value in, you know, choosing a realtor who's good, has a good reputation, is really super helpful in the home buying process and selling.
Yeah. And I just kind of want to add too, that it's also when you have somebody who is professional and they have been in the business, or they have training behind them.
Right.
One of the things that I tell my clients all the time, and my clients, real estate agents, have a power team. Have a power team.
Mm-hmm.
For this little endeavor, I have a power team. I have industry experts. I have Christina Smith here with me. I have Karen Daly with me. I want you guys out there that are listening, that how important it is for you to have professionals in your toolbox, because it's your job to navigate the waters of the entire transaction. Mm-hmm. So you want a title company who's going to take it all the way to closing. All the way to closing, no hiccups. Yeah. You don't have to chase down a processor, nothing. Okay.
Right.
You also want a loan officer who's going to pick up the phone and who's going to call.
Yeah.
You want a professional with you. That's joined at the hip. That's going to make sure that and you guys are going to be a team to the buyers. Okay. And you're going to have those conversations with them about all kinds of things that you might not necessarily want to talk about, such as how much EMD can you buy? Can you do it in? How much are you putting down? We need to do this, this, and this before we can qualify you for that amount.
Right.
You need to have somebody that you trust first before you present them to your clients. So if you don't know these two ladies, real estate agents out there, get to know them. They are professional and they are, they are top notch, or they wouldn't be on my little.
And just to add to that really quickly, Karen has been, just so you all know, incredibly helpful with two of my transactions recently. If you need preliminary numbers sometimes, just to know what something's going to cost you, because there's a lot of little things that go into buying a home. She is great and she is quick at getting that to you. So thank you, Karen.
Yay, well, we try.
Yes. So the last thing I want to talk about is I saw an article today about all of the transactions in the city of Baltimore being suspended because of ransomware. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's on my feed, and I
think I saw you post,
Yeah, you can go back and look at it. But this is a shocking development in our industry right now. But it's something that we really should be cognizant of and understand. And what are we going to do to combat it? And I think that one of the things that we need to do is protect our clients and their identity, their credit. And, if you want to talk to me personally about it, I have a solution, especially for real estate agents. And I'm happy to talk to you further about that offline. Okay. But read the article and be aware of what's going on in our industry. Identity theft and, fraud is, we are targets. We are big targets, and we should have our emails monitored by a service of some kind or another. I have such a service, so I'd be happy to talk to you about that offline. So if you're watching this, you know how to get in touch with me.
And by the way, I just want to give a shout out. I see, Susan, you and I know a friend, Lewis Taylor. Yeah, he made a comment. So just want to say hi. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you're still watching, but it's always good.
Yeah, my resident little friend, he's new. He's not new to town, but he's back in town again from the West Coast. He's still got his team over in Cali, and I'm so happy to be friends with him again. I ran into him at DAAR, and I just couldn't believe it. It's been years. Lewis used to work for HUD, for Matt Martin, and he was my HUD asset manager. And I was like, where do I know you from? And he was like, you don't know me, Susan. But it's been that many years. It was like five years ago, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was excited to see him pop up.
Yeah. So yeah, you should have lunch with him. Coffee. He's
Oh yeah,
There you go.
we've
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you too. You too, Lewis Taylor. Yeah. All right, ladies.
All right.
Thank you again, as always, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.